feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank. When it take a swim, only option is to win.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Shrimp Tank Post-Show Wrap-Up. I'm your host, Rich Jensen, along with my co-host, sitting here every week with me, David Sims. And our special guest today was Kristen Kennon of iRealty, Arkansas, and how much fun we had. It was a great time. Kristen, I just want to get right into something you said at the very end, and we didn't get to pursue it, but obviously you're an entrepreneur with iRealty, but you invented something called the hippopotamus?
Yes.
So tell our viewers about that.
Okay. So my husband actually was carrying our son. We have 2- and 5-year-old boys, and he was carrying his dad's camera case, and he put him on there, and he was like, wow, it really takes away the weight on my arm. And we were both like that aha moment. And so we have, pursued it. It's now patent pending and hopefully go into market here in the next few months.
So that has nothing to do with being a realtor, but I just thought it was really
just
fun.
a child carrying bag. So usually people have strollers and backpacks and all these things. And so now you can also carry your child on the bag that you're carrying to the zoo or wherever it is.
You might be able to sell a lot through your real estate business too with these people, young couples and with kids,
Absolutely.
Perfect
or there'll be good closing gifts. I'll give them a hippopotamus when they buy a house.
Well, I wanted to get into that real quick before we finish, but just in case you didn't hear the podcast, the Arkansas Shrimp Tank podcast is where we bring young entrepreneurs and CEOs in every week, where we hear from some of the brightest and best in and around the state of Arkansas about how to run and grow and start to make a business successful. And Kristen has definitely done that with iRealty. So
and I love, like I said on the podcast, I love the iRealty name. I think it ties into this iGen generation that's after the millennials, and I think you guys have something great going on. And you talked twice in there. We talked about your view of the difference between leadership and management. Talk about that, because I think that's something that would attract our viewers to dig into the podcast to hear more what you have to say about that.
Sure. When you asked me that, I initially thought management is someone like Janet at my office, who she manages the financing, the paperwork, the contracts, the office, the payroll, everything like that. A manager helps keep all of the processes in order, and I consider myself a leader, and I get to do the branding, the marketing. I'm their cheerleader. I'm the one that's there to help with all of the fun, big stuff.
Yeah, you just want to do the fun stuff.
Yes, the things that I feel like I'm good at. I found a way to delegate the management, the tedious office aspect of it.
And in doing that, you're creating a very unique culture.
Yes.
And you said something about relationships over commissions or something
we
like
always
that.
preach like clients over commissions. It's about relationship building in real estate, and we're today's realtor, and our office isn't really about a cutthroat, competitive. It's more about having a culture of compassion and collaboration and stuff like that.
Right.
Because if you have that culture, you can sit around and think of things like the hippopotamus.
Right. And you do really creative stuff. Like you created this video with drones flying around in the houses, the house you were showing too.
Yeah, and we even did a parody video for iRealty Arkansas. It had like 130,000 views, and it was just pretty much like why we're the best the ones to get your house sold.
You guys have put the
creative
marketing
marketing
realtor business.
Yes.
Hence the name.
Right. So you also talked about something very interesting. It kind of threw me for a loop on the podcast about when I asked you about millennial house buying trends. What are some of the things you see out there among millennials looking for, and when they're looking for houses?
Sure. I was reading an article that was saying people tend to think millennials aren't buying houses. They aren't getting married as
they're
early
not leaving
as
their parents' houses.
They're not doing that. But they are. One of the main reasons that they're buying a house is for their dog, so that their dog can have more space and a better home. And it's really one of the main reasons that millennials are buying houses.
I wonder if those millennial spouses are just like, maybe they're just, do they have like a really nice big doghouse out in the backyard? Is that what it is?
Well, they might not even be married individuals purchasing houses for their dogs, but
is it like
just
if
have
they
a
get
yard.
into a fight and they have to go, one of them to go out to the doghouse?
Yeah,
You're
when
in
you
the
think of the
doghouse.
Yes.
Go stay where the dog's out, and you let the dog stay. You're out in the doghouse tonight.
Well, everyone, we just want to really encourage you to listen to the entire podcast, especially if you might be in the market to either buy or sell a home, because Kristen's team, it sounds like they're fantastic. I know some of her agents that actually work in your office, and they're fantastic people. So
Thank you.
Tell our listeners and viewers, how would they best way to get a hold of somebody on your team or you or the company if they want to find out more or actually use your services?
Yeah. You can go to iRealtyArkansas.com, and it has all of the listings. It has the entire MLS if you're searching for a house. It also highlights all of our rock stars that work for iRealty, and also you can find us on Facebook.
Great. Well, once again, it's just been a great podcast. I encourage you to go to arkansas.shrimptankpodcast.com, catch the full podcast, or download it on iTunes. And you can always go to our YouTube channel to watch all of our videos of our post-show wrap-ups. Next week, be sure to tune in because we are going to change courses just a little bit and talk to the Daniel Games and Brian Scoggins of Arkansas Economic Development Council, so you can find out as a business owner what are some of the tax and grant and financing incentives that are available to help grow businesses in Arkansas. Until then, have a great week, and remember, to be a shark, we all start out as shrimp.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank.